update. It is Saturday, May 22nd, and I am tired. So, I'm moving to Maryland. We are going up there tomorrow, and I am moving into a new place on Monday. I got my dream job. It kind of went up. So my dream is to be in women's services. So mother, baby, nursery, progressive, labor delivery, NICU, anything of that sort. So if I had to rank it, like mother, baby would have been like last on the list. Then like the labor delivery or like the progressive like nursery type area, and then NICU was my top. So got to interview a mother baby, offered the job. Got to interview a labor and delivery, got to shadow and see a birth. Decided that I didn't want labor delivery quite yet, but I believe that if I would have chose it, I would have got offered that job too. It's me and the manager, we just really clicked, and we really had an understanding of each other and what kind of worker she wanted and what kind of worker I am. And then God stepped in and got me into the NICU, and I just have to do like a story time of how I got into the NICU, but I'm so happy. So happy. So it's like my life starts tomorrow, and I just can't wait. Everything's packed, so we'll be going up there tomorrow. I move there tomorrow. Yay! This is so surreal. Like, I'm so happy and so scared at the same time. This camera is so crisp. So my last video, side note, my last video I taped on an older camera, and then just seeing this, iPhone is where it's at. Okay, anyways, so hello and welcome to my channel. It is me, it's Royalty, and I am back at ya with another video. From the title of this video, you can tell that this is gonna be how I got into the NICU. So if you're interested, go ahead and keep on watching. Okay, so if you see my last video, you know that I moved. I am in the DMV area, and when I started applying for jobs, I applied for only jobs in women's services, only mother baby, nursery, labor delivery, NICU. Well, nursery wasn't one. I think they had like a progressive one that I applied for. I heard back from a mother baby, got the job, heard back from a labor delivery, felt I wasn't ready, but would have gotten the job if I decided that I was ready and told them I wanted to move forward. And then I got the call. So the call is, hi, my name is blah, blah, blah. I am the nursing recruiter for such and such a hospital. And I was calling to talk with Tierica Jackson because we want to talk to you about our NICU. I was like, okay. So I called, and when I tell you this lady was my guardian angel, she was like, yes, I saw your application. I actually sent your application to our mother baby unit, and they did not take your application. They decided not to go with you. And I was just like, hold up, wait, this looks like a really good candidate on paper. Let's try her out. And she was like, I could have sworn I saw that you put in an application for the NICU, or maybe it was in your cover letter. Something said NICU, and when I looked back in the system, I didn't see NICU. She was like, so I decided to call you and we can do an interview and see huge B, and see which one you would be a good fit for. So I interviewed. I let her know that I had clinical experience in the NICU. I let her know that my unit is kind of critical care adjacent. Definitely not on the level of critical care, but it's critical care adjacent. And she said, you know what? You would be a great candidate for the NICU. So I want to give your information to the nurse manager at our NICU, and I want to set up a virtual interview with you. I was like, thank God, because on the level of like mother baby, not mother baby, on the level of women's services, where I would rank NICU is my top. To work with the babies, the babies, oh, I was overjoyed. And the nurse recruiter literally was like, you know, I feel like this is divine intervention. I was divinely sent, because your stuff was like disappearing. But I was like, no, I'm going to give her a chance. I was like, thank you so much, because this is where I want to be. And she was like, I can feel like your passion. So she was giving me tips on, when you do the interview, make sure you do this, this, and this. Bring up this, have this. She was giving me life tips, like go ahead and get your license here and all this stuff. So I was like, awesome. Thank you so much. Like, you do not know how God sent you really are. So we set up an interview like that next week for me to interview with the nurse manager. So, you know, I got up that day. That whole week had been so stressful. There was so much going on with work. So much going on with me trying to move, trying to get a lease signed, and issues with the lease, and just a lot of unnecessary stuff that could have been avoided too. So if you want a story on how I got this place and kind of like the woes of it, also let me know. But like, comment down below, let me know. But so I was just like, I'm not letting anything distract me. Like, this is where I feel that God wants me to be. This is where I've always wanted to be. Even when I was little, it was the babies I wanted to work with. I said pediatrics, but it was the babies that I wanted to work with. So I got up that morning, I was ready, went to go to the interview, like the virtual interview, sat there for 30, 45 minutes, no one showed up. And I was like, oh my gosh, like I was sitting here nervous the whole time for nothing. So I contacted the nurse recruiter and I was like, hey, no one showed up. What do I need to do? And the nurse recruiter gave me a call. She was like, let me see. And she was like, well, your manager is actually out of office today. She wasn't scheduled to be out of office, so that means it was emergency. Some type of emergency happened. She was like, I'm so sorry about this. And I was like, oh no, it's okay. Like, I hope she's okay. If you do get to talk with her, just let her know that I give her nothing but goodwill and best wishes and all this stuff. And she was like, okay, well, we're gonna reschedule this interview for sometime next week, because she should be back. And I was like, okay. So I waited like a whole another week. And during this time, I was working on my process, because I had already accepted a job on a mother baby unit. So I was going through all their like onboarding process, because just in case the NICU didn't work out, I needed the job. So I was going through that, just like nervous, anxiety, but like God got me. So I went to the interview, the second virtual interview. The nurse recruiter was like, hey, your nurse manager is not in office today either, but pretty much her second in command is going to do the interview with you. I was like, okay. And look at God. I did this interview. It was like talking to the lady. She didn't ask me any nursing questions. Like, she didn't ask what's your strength and what's your weakness? What's this? would tell me a situation when, like, we literally just talked, and we talked about the NICU. She was a new grad when she came into the NICU, so we talked about learning everything fresh. Like, we literally just had a conversation. I talked with the lady like she was a friend, basically, or like more like a mentor, not a friend, like mentor. And I was like, after the interview, I was like, this could be either really good or really bad. Really good because personality wise they're like, oh, she would be great, or really bad because I'm like, how are they evaluating my skills and my actual, work skills for the unit. But I got a call back in maybe 2-3 days from the nurse recruiter. She was like, I'm proud to offer you the job. And I was like, oh my gosh, thank you. Like, you really are my guardian angel. And she was just like, I'm so happy for you, so proud of you. And it was just an awesome experience. So after getting their acceptance, I had to go back to the mother baby unit and rescind my offer. So if you would like a video on how to rescind a job offer as well, let me know. If I could give a tip, do not accept the first job offer that you get, at least not immediately. Don't accept it. Give it some time and see what else comes in. Because the second I accepted that first mother baby job, that's when labor delivery came knocking at my door, NICU came knocking at my door. And I was terrified because I was like, I already accepted this job. But you can rescind a job offer, you just have to do it the right way. So if you want a video on how to properly rescind a job offer, go ahead and comment down below, especially for my new grads. My new grads who are applying to a bunch of different places. As long as you're not like me. When I was applying for my nurse residency program, they had a rule that you could not rescind your job offer. That was just their rule. But if you have that option, comment down below, let me know so I can do that for you. So that is my story with the little trials and tribulations and woes that happened. Mother baby was easy peasy. Labor delivery, easy peasy. NICU, where I really wanted to be, is where it just seemed like so much stuff was happening to try to get me off my game, but it worked out. So I'm really happy, I'm really excited. I start next week, so orientation, the first day is online. I do have to go up to the hospital to get my TB test read, but then I'll come back for orientation. So especially because I'll be at home, I will bring you guys along with me on my first day of orientation. If you're excited for that video, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. If you have any questions about what I know about the NICU so far, go ahead and comment down below. And I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day. And I will see you in my next video. Bye.